Hi foodies, this is EVELYN'S LINGUINI. My daughter Evelyn came over for dinner one night and I made this and she liked it so much that I associate it with her. So we're going to start with some Italian sausage, but I'm using chicken. And I like this brand because it also has cheese inside and some cherry tomatoes. You want to use regular olive oil, not extra virgin. It's better for sauteing. Extra virgin really should be used for salads or dressings or dipping your bread in. So some fresh basil, some baby arugula, which is kind of peppery, some garlic, fresh mozzarella, however mine is sliced, but you can use the little mozzarella balls too, some chicken bouillon, Italian seasoning, some Italian parsley, some linguine, and nature seasoning. I think I've told you guys about this before. It's by McCormick. It's just salt, pepper, and garlic powder all mixed together. And so it's just convenient. And I think that's about it. So let's go. So I'm highlighting this pan. So that's why I'm cooking this kind of strange. I want you guys to see this is by our place. It's called the Always Pan. They're not endorsing me by any means, but I love it, and it really does replace like 8 different cookwares. So for my tiny ass kitchen, it's perfect. It's less pots and pans for me. But as you can see, I can boil my noodles in there, and it's got this little handy dandy spoon rest because my actual spoon rest is a little too small for that, the spatulas. So while my linguine is boiling, I have a rough chop of my garlic and my basil and the parsley. So you don't have to mince everything. And you can use regular Italian sausage and take it out of the casing, so then you have like little sausage balls. Or you can just buy the sausage already ground like hamburger meat. So again, you don't have to like slice it like mine. I've got my spices ready. But because we're kind of watching our meat and everything, that's why I'm using the chicken. You can also use turkey Italian sausage as well. And any kind of fresh mozzarella. Mine just happened to already be pre-sliced, so I just kind of chopped it up weird and washed and dried my arugula. And now all I have left to do is just slice my cherry tomatoes in half. So I wanted you to see with the linguine now how handy this is, that I can just pick this up and it's drained. And this is, you can also steam veggies in that steamer. You can steam dumplings or like pot stickers. So it really is a cool thing. Obviously, if you don't have a pan like this, you can go ahead and boil your linguine at the same time that you make your sauce. But I just kind of wanted to highlight this so you could see what this pan is all about. So meanwhile, I'm just going to keep my linguine warm. I put some soft butter on there, just buttering it up a little bit, and then I'm going to keep it covered while I make the sauce, which again you can do at the same time as you're boiling your linguine, so you don't have to follow what I'm doing. Oh my goodness, this traffic is crazy. Okay, so there's the olive oil. Again, you want it to be just regular. It has a higher heat point and it won't burn as quickly and it won't turn bitter. And it's cheaper than the extra virgin. So if you're going to do any kind of frying, if you make, say, you know, the Italian veal cutlets or pork chops, usually those are fried with breadcrumbs. So, you know, you want to use that olive oil. So now I'm just going to saute my garlic along with the sausage pieces. Now, obviously, if you're using Italian sausage, it's not going to be pre-cooked. For me, this is just kind of warming up the sausages, but for you, you're going to want to brown the sausage until it's fully cooked. And then, of course, drain. Now I'm adding in my sliced cherry tomatoes. And I like these because they are kind of on the sweeter side. So they have a much fresher taste than some of the bigger sandwich tomatoes. And so once the tomatoes get kind of soft, I just kind of smushed them a little bit to release their juices, and then covered it for about 10 minutes, so then they kind of create their own sauce. As you can see there, they release their liquid. And now it's smelling so good too at this point. So now I'm just adding in my spices. And this is really a very light meal. but it tastes like it should be naughty for you, you know, but it's actually pretty healthy. And now I'm using fresh cracked ground black pepper, but my pepper mill is kind of lame, so I gotta really crank it out there. But yeah, just salt and pepper to taste. And this is just a favorite, you know. Adding the chicken broth now. So yeah, when my daughter, before she moved to Texas, her apartment was about 2 minutes away. So she'd often come over and I'd feed her, and she had this, she's like, oh my God, this is so good, this is so good. So, you know, I had to name it after her. And it is really tasty. So now I'm adding in my basil and my parsley. And I'm just going to let this simmer again for, I don't know, about 10 minutes or so. Meanwhile, I'm going to get my Pecorino Romano cheese ready to grate. This is high end, but it's so delicious. But see, look at the price point on that. That's absurd. But for this dish, I had to. I mean, it is a treat. But obviously, you can just use regular Parmesan. You can even use the stuff that in the green can. That's just fine. So now I'm going to add my linguine to the sauce. And that's pretty much it. Now, I did forget to put in white wine. You would want to put the white wine in at the same time that you use chicken broth, but since I forgot, I'm doing it here at the very end. I'm not too worried about whether the alcohol cooks off or not, but if you are, you definitely want to put this in with the chicken broth because you want it to come to a boil. But mine isn't coming to a boil, and that's okay because it's a very small amount and it just adds flavor. And then adding in my cheese. Of course, you can add more mozzarella if you'd like, and it does kind of get melty, as you can see. And you just plate it up by putting it over the arugula. And look at this unprofessional looking wires and tripod showing and everything. I mean, I don't think I'll ever be an Instagram star, but that's okay. So now I'm putting red pepper flakes on there. And my Pecorino Romano, very expensive ass cheese, but so delicious. And there you go, Evelyn's Linguini.